This is Kendra.
And this is Brianna. Welcome to Camp Comparisons.
Where she's in one camp and I'm in the other.
This is our first episode with our new microphone.
Yeah, do we sound wonderful?
I just listened to one of our old episodes, and yes, we do. That was bad sound quality.
Yay, just in time for season 2.
Yes, season 2 of our podcast, season 2 of the show.
That's right.
It's gonna be awesome. Spoiler warning, this podcast episode contains book 2 spoilers as we discuss our theories to what will be shown and what won't be shown from book 2. So the trailer finally came out. It was a few weeks ago.
Yeah, it was put out at the San Diego Comic-Con, which, oh man, I was so jealous. I saw all the pictures and the interviews and everything, and we should have just went to San Diego.
Yeah, I do have a baby, so...
Oh, that's right. That's true. And I have a job. All right.
Yeah, I was so excited to see it, and I watched it a few times, but this time I paused every 0.4 seconds to try to capture every background detail, because there's a lot of flashing scenes of just the characters' faces, but if you pause, you're like, what is that?
Where are they? What are they doing? Why are they staring straight up in horror?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it was really fun to break it down like this.
Yeah, good. Well, we'll have to see who got what things, because I think on some of the real fast flashes, I was just like, okay, flashes.
I paused all of them. So.
Okay, good. I just have to say, okay, so we start this thing out, and I was sure the first 5 times I watched it that it was a hoof, an armored hoof. It's not, it's a helmet with a red plume. Okay, so...
You thought it was just a hoof by itself, it chopped off?
No, like a hoof went down, on the ground, and it's a little armored hoof, and I was like, is that... Are the satyrs on, war? I was just confused. And then I realized it was a helmet. So anyways, that was fun.
Yeah, that is silly. But we see the people marching, but it's the whole camp. It looks like maybe it's kind of a zoomed out shot.
Yeah. And in the middle is someone with a sort of a kind of partially glowing sword. So I think it's Luke. Because of the later shots, yeah. I think we're going to have an on-the-ground battle with Luke, which is not in the book.
No, but it could not... Yeah.
There's going to be an on-the-ground battle with Luke. There's no question after what we see in the rest of the thing. So we'll get to those. But we see an army.
I thought originally maybe it's from the beginning of the book when they're fighting at the camp. When Percy and Annabeth and Tyson show up.
There's the big bronze bulls that show up, yeah.
I was like, maybe they made a scene where, they're all marching to battle, but, yeah.
I'm pretty sure because of later scenes that's Luke's army. And then we get this, person talking over speaking over the scenes. And at first I thought that was Chiron, and then I realized it's Poseidon.
Yeah,
as Poseidon. He went on. I think he's talking about, he's just talking about Kronos, that whole thing's happening. Because he's saying, a great stirring is underway, war is inevitable. He says there are forces more powerful than the will of the gods, my son. Brace yourself,
Yeah.
So, I think the brace yourself Perseus is from the book.
Yeah. Well, is that his exact words?
But I think he's talking about, at the very, very end, when he finds Thalia.
Yeah.
Has been expelled from the tree,
right.
Or so whatever you want to call it.
That's right.
Yeah, I think that's what brace yourself is. It's it's a little note that he gets. It says brace yourself, and then that happens, and this is the very end of the book. So I'm not really sure what the rest of this is. It sounds like it's just extra stuff, but...
Yeah, speaking about that, we don't see Thalia in this trailer at all, so it's interesting to find her being cast, unless I missed her.
No, she wasn't in the trailer at all, but I think she's just cast for... Hopefully for the very end scene, which is when she's supposed to.
Yeah.
Or if we get some dreams. They didn't show everything because they also didn't show Circe Island at all in this.
Yeah. I mean, it's a trailer, so.
Yeah, so we don't know.
We don't see everything.
Yeah.
We do see a skeleton on screen next, and it's not just any skeleton, it's a satyr skeleton. You can see that it has horns.
Yeah.
And you can see the panpipes.
Yeah, for sure. Wait, did Grover had horns in the first season, right?
I think he had tiny horns. Yeah, he did. Yeah, but this guy has big horns.
Yeah, and this is the first time we see Grover with panpipes, which we see later on. But still,
Yeah.
So obviously we're going to get Grover's point of view. This is him going on his trip, which I'm excited about the different point of views for sure. I'm totally excited to see Luke and his like quest or his like, side of things and what he's doing. And then Grover going on his quest, you can call it, or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, definitely. And what's great about those types of things is we have no expectations.
That's
Like,
right.
so whatever it is going to be great. It doesn't matter because we don't, unless it's like he doesn't wear a wedding dress, but like otherwise,
But we did see a social
yes,
media post about him with a wedding dress. They
yes.
did not show it in this trailer, but maybe,
No. I think they're waiting to reveal that because everyone's just like, I don't know why everyone's so excited for that.
I mean, we would all just totally boycott this whole thing if there was no
Yeah.
wedding dress.
Well, that's what, like, in this scene here, at first I thought it was Grover in the cave
Oh,
because I was trying to remember, well, when would Grover find these skeletons? But then he's not in the wedding dress, and then I was like, okay, maybe this is his journey on the way.
yeah. There is very specifically some of the showrunners saying that we will be getting those other, even Clarice on her journey will get some of her. I mean,
We saw some of that in the trailer, I think.
yeah.
I mean, it could be when Percy's with her or when Percy's not with her, but
Yeah, totally. And we are totally loving Clarice and Luke, which there's a problem with that because I mean, Clarice, no, I'm glad we're loving Clarice, but Luke is so likable in a way.
But you're forgetting that in book 1, everyone loves Luke the whole time.
Okay, we'll have to see what they do here in
He's
in 2.
supposed to get, like, more and more awful. Like,
Okay.
genuinely, like, Percy even says, like, every time he sees him that he looks worse, like, physically because a lot is going on. And he's looking, like, colder and meaner.
We'll see if they do that. He's just such a favorite, a fan favorite, the actor is, that I don't know if they're gonna, you know
Well,
what I mean? Kind of like how they made Snape. People like who just watched the movie for Harry Potter, they think Snape is much better than you do if you just read the books. Anyways,
yeah, that's true.
yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
But we do see Luke stabbing the tree at this point. Now,
Yeah.
it's supposed to be poison. So is he poisoning it through his blade?
Maybe he has poison on the blade.
I guess so.
I guess we'll see. We could just hope there's poison on the blade, I guess. Or maybe it just doesn't matter that much.
He did something to the tree at that moment, for
Definitely.
sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then Clarice with her undead army.
Yep, and you'll notice it's not Confederates. It's a bunch of different people from different army. Like you get a little bit of every. So it looks like it's just a mixed match of people who had died. That didn't. I don't know. That there's something to
It's
Aries.
when they lose. It's just
They
losers
lose.
of wars. That's why in the books it was the Confederate Army, is because they lost the
Yeah.
Civil War. But also I can see why they didn't want to do that really, because you kind of end up liking those guys a little bit.
Yeah.
And it's just like
And they're
the
like,
whole
we're not
thing
going
we
to
don't
do
want to
that.
unpack. So yeah, it's just any like losers from war. Then like I don't know. I guess Aries have claim to their soul in a way.
Yeah, so it's a mismatch, which is kind of cool too, because we'll get to see different costumes with that, right?
And different like time periods. Like I wonder.
Mhm.
I mean, I think in the book we really only hear like one guy talk. But
main
maybe if
cap-
more of them, maybe if
Yeah.
more of them talk, we can hear like different accents and
We'll
like
see.
time period phrases and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, so it looks like they just landed on the island. They could have, let's see, if they're just landing on an island, could it be after the ship blew up, and maybe in this particular, in their version of it, she's going to arrive with some of her army instead of just by herself? Because there's no other landing on this
Well,
on a
Cersei's
beach.
island.
But Clarice doesn't go to Cersei's
No.
island.
No.
Yeah, so I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I think it's just seeing more. I mean, obviously her journey had parts of it that we didn't see, so
That's
it's really
true.
hard to say. But we
That's
do
true.
see Annabeth's dagger. We see her dagger with blood on it, and it's like falling on
Probably.
sand on
Yeah.
a beach.
That could
So-
be when what's his name? Polybidot bots?
The Cyclops.
Cyclops?
Yeah.
When he drops her, remember? Remember when they're fighting and
Yeah.
she's like invisible and then he like grabs her and
Yeah.
drops her? I don't know. It could be that.
Yeah.
Although I don't remember her stabbing him, but who knows? Again, that doesn't mean anything because we know that they're not going to follow the book 100%.
Maybe they have to fight the pirates. Remember the pirates from Cersei's
Blackbeard?
Island?
Yeah.
Instead of just running away, they actually have to fight
No, but
them.
she like fell like as she was unconscious, like her arm falls out and then the knife falls on the ground. So the only
Yeah.
time I remember her being unconscious.
Yeah.
Anyways, but again, we're just guessing by what we know. There's definitely going to be changes that we're not going to be able to guess about. So.
I know. And then we get this awesome shot of the chariot races happening.
Yeah, well, that's not, the race isn't actually happening during that shot. There's kids like laying on the floor in all sorts of states of like,
It's the
so I'm
end of
wondering
it.
if it's, well, it's either the end of it and those are all the kids that have fallen off their chariots, or if they're going to have the scene with the birds, except for not have the birds.
There was definitely no bird spot in that scene. I searched.
No, but I know, but it could be after an aftermath of whatever attacked at that time. I don't know, but they're like, kids are in orange shirts are like laying on the ground in different states of who knows what. Oh, states of agony. I don't know.
They don't.
And
look
there's
like
a couple empty chariots off the side, and then that statue in the middle, which is an interesting statue.
Yeah, I thought it was a cool statue. It's just some cool set design. I don't think anything crazy.
Three like snakes and some goddess being pulled by three snakes
In a chariot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was interesting.
There might be something that someone would know smarter than us.
Yeah, probably. And then we see like a zoomed out scene of someone by a tree. It's zoomed out, but I think maybe that's supposed to be the Cyclops because it's just like one single person
it can't
standing by a tree. It's on a big, massive land. Nothing else is around.
Yeah, you missed the right before that is the Hermes and Percy.
Oh,
shot.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, we all know is when hopefully is when he's telling Percy, you know, you need to go off and here's this vitamin bottle and...
Or at the end. They talk again at the end when he explains that, like, Luke is too far gone. There's no saving him.
I'm hoping it's that scene because it looked really serious and dark, and I really need Martha and... what's his name?
Oh my gosh.
Where'd it go? I lost it.
George
and Martha. We need George and Martha, and that looked way too serious for George and Martha to pop up into.
Yeah. I think it might be at the end.
Okay, we'll see.
That's what I got.
Yeah. Yeah, so it shows that flash of a tree, and then it shows this hooded figure, which at first I thought was Kronos, but if you look, it has a shepherd's crook. So it's probably the big Cyclops.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that might be when we see him. Maybe he's going to turn around and we're going to see him. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's hard to say. Again, these are just flashes in no order whatsoever.
Yeah, it is hard to say.
Yeah. You see Percy and someone behind him with a helmet, and then he's fighting someone, and I figured out, I thought it was Annabeth the first time. It's Clarice. He's fighting Clarice and all those things, and that's her undead army.
Oh my gosh, I thought it was Annabeth too.
It's 100%
like,
Clarice. It's the
they
same clothes.
She's possessed? Like, how are they? Is it practice?
Yeah, no, see, that happens in the second series of Percy Jackson.
I know. No. I was like, did he just like that idea so much?
No, she's wearing the same clothes. It's the same clothes that she's wearing in that scene when she's, dropped like in the beach with the army behind her. It's the same clothes. So he's fighting her. So why is he fighting Clarice? Maybe. I don't know. They're going to change something. Maybe he shows up at the island. Maybe she doesn't say, no. I don't know. And she's like, get out of here. This is not your...
You remember when she shows up to save them, right?
Yeah, it's because they have the Hydra...
Right.
Hydra thing with all the heads. And she's just like, she just blows them up and she's like, God, you guys are idiots. Here, jump on,
Yeah. I'm not sure why they would be fighting either, but it does make more sense than fighting Annabeth.
Oh, yeah, totally.
So.
My guess is at some point she finds him coming along and is like, no, get the heck out of here. But I don't know. I don't know. I want them to get along and do well.
I know, but that doesn't happen till like the fourth book.
So they're fighting.
Yeah.
Whatever. And then you get Kronos.
And it's clearly a dream.
Yeah.
Because you see like Percy's scared face and then lights like flash. And when the lights flash, I like paused at the exact second because I was like, "Where is he? Where is he?" But you can see he's just in the big house. So it's just a dream. Because then when the camera like turns and you see Kronos, he's coming through the big house doors.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, whatever.
So let's hope that we don't get as many Kronos streams this season as we.
Thalia better be there at least.
Yeah, at least we can have Thalia. I just thought it was too much. There were so many other things I could have done. We didn't need to see Kronos so many times. Okay. Yeah. Then we get the great clip of Mr. D.
He's so funny. He's another one where it's like, we probably don't hate him as much as we should. But I think that's just like, we're not in Percy's head feeling his emotions. He is being a jack, but however... I forgot this is our family friendly podcast.
Yeah.
However, he is just so funny.
He is so funny. And he is pretty funny in the books too. You do find
Yes.
yourself a little bit more irritated with him, where here it's just like, give me more.
Yeah, I think if you're like seeing it from an outside point of view in the books, like when Apollo has to deal with Dionysus, you're like, Dionysus is pretty funny.
Yeah, he
You know?
is.
It's pretty funny.
We also like him more and more through the first 5 books. You know, he
Yeah.
does get more likable. So, but
At
yeah,
least you understand him and why he's so pissy more and more.
that's true. But then we get a glimpse of Tantalus.
Yes, I was like, the tall guy with the spear, he must be the guy from the underworld.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously he looks a little sunken and not well. He's gonna be there, that's good.
Yep. I'm really hoping we get a shot of him trying to catch food with his fork.
Yeah.
I mean, we really need some of the humor. I mean, besides just Mr. D, we need a little more humor. Okay.
It'll be.
It shows us this weird little igloo boat thing, and I was like looking at it
I
on
know.
the water, and I realized it's orange.
Yes.
So it could be the life raft from
Clarice's.
Clarice's. Oh, that's what I thought it was
Ship?
originally. But then, the second thing I was wondering
There's
is,
another
could it be
life
from the
raft.
Princess Andromeda?
There's 2 life rafts
Okay,
in
yeah.
this. But neither of them look, it doesn't look, it looks like a freaking igloo thing. Like you said, just what a weird boat.
I didn't get that.
Honestly, I think it's for filming reasons. I think
Yeah.
it's so they don't have to keep on keeping the ocean in the background, because one thing about water specifically is it's the hardest CGI thing. It's hard to make it move right in CGI.
And they don't want to just put him in a raft and film him the whole time?
Yes, because so many scenes
many
happen on raft. So I think
that's what it is.
they're just trying to keep it like, yeah, they're on a boat. Shit, it has walls. It's a raft, though.
Because there's the scene where the 3 of them, Tyson, Annabeth, and Percy, get on the raft after the Princess Andromeda thing, and that's where they end up, where the monster donuts and stuff. Which, are we going to get monster donuts? We'll see. And then there's the raft that she like pulls him aboard on after the blow up from.
Right. And Tyson's not there, and then that's how they end up at Cersei's island, and then from Cersei's island they take a ship, and then that ship is the one that Annabeth gets tied to hear the sirens.
Yeah, we better. I mean, we're not going to see everything in flashes, but still, we better get that. I want to see that really so bad.
But we have to. We have
pretty
to.
please.
Pretty please.
Pretty please. Okay, so yeah, that boat thingy, and then we get a couple more flashes. Percy, Grover. Percy's on a boat getting wet. It's like, I was like, he's getting wet, even though he can totally be dry, but okay.
Yeah. I'm guessing only one of the rafts is going to be the covered raft. Because they can't both be the same raft.
I don't think they're in a raft on these ones. I think this is while they're in
on the boat.
Clarice's boat.
Oh, Clarice's boat. Oh, yeah. You're right, because it didn't look like a pirate ship.
Yeah, I forget what
it
was
not
described as.
Yeah, I forget too. But
it was one that
looked
her dad,
kind of like that.
Yeah, it was one that Ares gave her.
Yeah.
Like he gave her the book.
Oh, are we going to see Ares bullying her?
We have to.
Right? Because that's such a, character thing for Clarice when you kind of are like, oh, I kind of get where she's coming from.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't flash to see Adam Copeland.
Yeah.
Because he was a favorite too. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, they don't have to. It's nice to have that, but you could theoretically skip that and not have him if they don't want to have to pay him to cast this season. I don't know.
But maybe they'll make it even worse. They can just have his voice. That's not as much, right? He can just be talking and not be there physically. But maybe that's why that's why Percy and Clarice are fighting. Maybe Ares was goading her into fighting him, and then that would be how we do that.
That's true. They're fighting on land, so I'm not sure. Again, I'm not sure.
Could be when Clarice first finds them, I guess. Yeah. But it seems weird to be like, oh, hi, nice to see you. I'm going to fight you now.
I know. We'll see.
Yeah.
Okay,
and then Grover, again.
Another Grover?
Yeah, and there's all these people behind him.
Oh, yeah.
Who are those people?
So there's if you look at one of the girls in the back, it's the same girl that we see later with arrows. An archer girl, and that is the girl who is cast as one of Luke's demigods that he's. So I don't know why those demigods are running behind him.
Like they're not about to fight him. They look like he's leading them or something. I mean,
they could be chasing him, and he gets out on the beach, and that's when they see the big tentacle. which is also totally new.
Don't know where that's going to come in, but
Cool
clearly
looking.
in Grover's story.
Yeah.
So whatever.
So they could be chasing him in Grover's story. Like, he could have
Yeah.
had an encounter with them. I mean,
Yeah.
that won't be canon to me because he would have said something.
Yeah, right.
But that's fine.
Wait, maybe he meets her before she's joined up with Luke. And then something happens and ends up with her joining up with Luke.
I doubt it.
Yeah, I don't know. I was thinking maybe there were dryads or nymphs and stuff, but now that you said that,
And we'd have to look again, but I'm pretty sure it's the same face as the girl with the armor, with the arrows.
Yeah.
And that girl is the one that was cast. I forget the name now, but she's supposed to be one of the demigods that works with Luke.
Yeah, I do remember seeing that scene where it's like a close up of her face and being like, "Oh yeah, I know who
She must be the daughter of Apollo then. I mean, maybe you don't have to be just because you can shoot arrows.
I mean, Frank shoots arrows.
Yeah. Okay.
But maybe that'd be interesting.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I would probably go crazy if my dad was Apollo. Okay, I'm just joking. So we have another Percy and Clarice fighting again. You know?
Yeah.
And then more of the dead army. You get like a close up of one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you get a scene of him looking out of a porthole. It's like a square porthole, not a round one.
Yeah. But whatever. Okay. Maybe that's one on the weird raft.
Yeah. But then we get again Luke with his army. And I am just not looking forward to this.
This is the one where it was clearly Luke and his army. And I was like, is there a head-on battle with everyone in these two armies? Because I don't remember that happening in the books.
I went through the same thing. I was like, wow, do I not remember the books? And then I realized, no, I remember the books.
Yeah. I'm like, I think I remember a full-on battle between these two groups in the second book.
I mean, I get it. It's for action and all that stuff. I get it. I feel like it's an unnecessary change. You know, sometimes there's necessary changes, and this is one of those that I don't think is necessary.
Maybe they're not fighting. Maybe they're fighting. We're following their...
No, they're fighting. Do you not remember the scene a little bit later that we're going to talk about?
I know. Luke and Percy do have a one-on-one fight in the book, though, and that happens when they return with the fleece. And we see that scene here. We see Percy holding the fleece, fighting Luke. I think they're on the Princess Andromeda. They're definitely indoors.
It looks like the Princess Andromeda. That's what I assumed, which is also weird because...
No, that happens, though.
No, but...
They dock in Florida, or they show up in Florida on their ponies. On their pony... Oh. Their little horse... No, horses are ponies. The fish ponies. They
and then Luke's there, and then they're like, psych, Clarice took off with the golden fleece. So why does Percy have it in this picture?
No, Percy does have it right there, and Luke says, "Oh no, had they already decided?"
It was she was already gone. They're
I guess they're just gonna make it more tense. Maybe they're fighting, and then he like throws her the fleece. And
maybe she jumps on Blackjack.
And they ride
off with the fleece. Yeah, maybe because he's definitely fighting with the fleece, and they're on the Princess Andromeda. Now, the only way they got in the Princess Andromeda in the book, because they were on land, was they took them by sword point.
Yeah.
So why didn't they just take the fleece right then? So we'll have to see how they end up on. But that makes sense. That's what that scene is. Okay.
Yeah. And we'll see what happens with... It's just like the prophecy in the book makes it clear near the end that Clarice has to be the one to take the fleece back herself and not Percy. So I don't know how that's going to play out because it is weird for him to have the fleece in that scene.
Yeah, and he also has the fleece in another scene, which I'll talk about. But yeah, he has the fleece in that scene. And then it flashes all of a sudden back to the chariots, which if you look at the two chariots that are fighting, one's got the hog, so it's the Ares, and the other one is... the Poseidon chariot. So it's him and Clarice's. So it must be before, in the beginning.
Yeah, but they have a chariot race afterwards, so they totally would be at each other's throats anyways.
True, except for
very competitive.
True, except for the person behind Percy, and that looks like it could, more likely it's Tyson, not Annabeth. So
instead of Annabeth.
We'll see. Yeah.
Well, we get some really quick shots happening here. We see Percy running through the cruise ship.
With the golden fleece.
So, interesting.
Maybe that's the slow scene. Dun, 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 dun.
Exactly.
And he's running, and then he's like, catch! And he throws it to her, and she jumps on Blackjack. Okay, I'll be happy with that.
That'd be cool. It does look like they're not at the top of the ship, though. So.
Inside the ship, yeah.
And then we see the person with the arrows, but the background of her looks like they're on the ship still.
Yeah, it does.
And then we have Luke about to kill Percy, and then a Triton comes in
that's the one that I was talking about that's on the ground.
Yeah.
So this is during that army fight, which is why I was saying that he's not just... That's got to be during that fight.
Yeah.
But a Triton gets in the way. So my thought is like, wait, Poseidon came down and stopped
each other too?
Or maybe is it something Tyson made?
Maybe that'd be
Because Tyson makes cool things.
Yeah, but that trident,
Which,
I was like, I paused it, and then I was so confused. I kept on like looking at every detail, and I was like, what is happening here?
yeah, Percy looks pretty rough at that moment. He's been beat up a bit.
It definitely isn't Percy holding the trident. Like
No.
he looks like, oh, I'm about to die.
Yeah.
Oh, it's interesting.
I'm almost surprised that they put that in there. I really feel like that would be something like you wouldn't like show, because if it is Poseidon, or just the fact that he is obviously not gonna die. Like otherwise, the anticipation of like, oh my god, he's about to die, and then we already know that there's a trident coming in to save him.
But I'm sure he almost dies like 14 times.
Okay, fine. So we'll be numb by that point.
No, I'm like, how will we know? I mean, I guess the seeds of the grass.
But you know what I mean? Like, it does kind of slightly spoil it, although we do know that Percy doesn't die because this is only the second book.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So yeah, we have that scene, and then we have Percy giving Annabeth a hand, saying, let's go do the impossible.
Yeah.
Could be at any point during this whole thing.
Any point. It could have been up to chariot races. I don't know.
And then the scene, which I love, but confuses me slightly, is it's a Lastrygonian giant throwing a fireball.
Yeah.
And then, you know, we know, of course, what's his name? Tyson jumps in and he's fireproof.
Yeah.
But this is outside in the woods. And Percy is wearing his Merryweather Prep uniform. So
maybe
instead of doing it... Yeah, so instead of doing this whole thing inside the school, do they maybe get chased out of the school?
Yeah, or maybe they were just out of the school the whole time. Like, maybe they're doing PE outside instead of in a gym.
And they just run into the woods, because they're definitely in the woods.
Yeah, they're definitely in the woods.
Yeah, but I'm excited about this because, one, they answers the question, are we going to get Merryweather Prep School a little bit? Yes. I don't know how much we'll get from it, but at least it starts with him and his friendship with Tyson, right?
Yeah.
And then Tyson turns around, and we've got the Cyclops.
Yeah, and I'm guessing that in the show, it's going to be like Tyson with two eyes, Tyson with two eyes, Tyson gets hit by a giant flaming thing, and then he turns around and that's a reveal.
Yes. Or it's just like we never quite see his face. I'm not sure.
In the book, that's pretty much what Percy says. He says, like, he could never bring his eyes above his teeth.
Wouldn't you be a little bit, like, wondering why that was?
Not Percy.
No, not Percy.
He's so worried about so much going on, like schoolwork, which is really hard for him, and trying not to die all the time. He's like, whatever. It's just some weird big guy.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think that's going to be the moment he turns around and we see it. I'm pretty sure that's that moment. So that's exciting. First time to see it. And I thought it was a good job.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was happy with it.
Yeah, it didn't look terrible.
Yeah. I think it's hard to do. No matter what you do, I think it's hard to make any one-eyed person, when they're human otherwise, with one eye look normal.
Do you know why? It's because our nose makes sense in between our two eyes.
Right.
Like, what do you do? I feel like you have to change the nose to make it make any sense.
Yeah, why even have a nose? I'm just joking.
Other creatures have nose, even if they don't
maybe
have
it should just be two slits on the...
Oh, we don't want Voldemort.
One-eyed Voldemort.
It's Voldemort Cyclops.
Oh, jeez. Okay, good. What's next?
So there's these adorable scenes that happen at the very end.
Oh, yes. The great Grey sisters.
Yep. Saying, and it's like that scene where it's like, so your boyfriend. It's like, I didn't say you were my boyfriend.
And he's like, I believe you.
I believe you.
Yeah, you don't see Tyson next to him, but you can see like the sleeve of someone sitting next to Percy. Yeah. So that's obviously the scene, you know, when they go to camp. I wonder if we're going to get bronze bowls. I feel like some other time earlier in the social media when they were showing some shots, I believe I saw a shot of that could possibly have been a bronze bowl, unless I'm remembering the movie. But
there's definitely a singular bronze bowl.
So the whole thing is that Tyson's supposed to arrive and save the camp from the bronze bowl.
No, he's not the only one, but there's multiple monsters that are fighting. He can help with the bronze bowls because they get really hot.
Yeah, we'll see what they do about that. But
he's not like the only. They don't all treat him like a hero afterwards, particularly. He does help, though, and it helps with, like, Annabeth not seeing him as a bad person and stuff.
Right, it really does. Yeah, this trailer is neat. They definitely make it very intense and serious seeming, with minus the two clips they give us, Mr. D and the Grey sisters, and add some kind of, you know, whatever to it. So like if you go onto Percy series on Instagram and maybe somewhere else too, but definitely on Instagram, they have these little scenes that they put out July 8th. So before the trailer was put out, And you also get a scene of this girl that looks like Cersei blowing some kind of like, it looks like
Makeup
she's got a,
powder.
yeah, a compact, I think, whatever, with makeup powder. So it's one of those scenes from Cersei Island, so that's kind of cool. And then you also get
A scene of Annabeth like whipping the like the reins of the chariot, and it looks like Percy might be next to her. So I think that's when they're
that's the
together.
end. Yeah, she looks great in her like gold armor too. Like it's
Definitely.
really cool. And then there's also another scene in that same scene where he's running with the fleece. There's like an explosion scene
Oh yeah.
in the boat, and it's that same, looks like the same deck of the boat. So
Yes.
who know, some, which is interesting because when I think of explosions in boats, I think of the
Beckendorf.
Beckendorf, but that's obviously not what it is.
Yeah.
And then another scene of what looks to be the island with the dude with the cyclops.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So another kind of like far out scene, like shows that same like look with that tree and stuff. So anyway, so there's a little bit more you can get from that, which is kind of cool.
Yeah. I really hope that they are gonna cook Clarice and not actually cook, but threaten to cook Clarice and Grover in a pot of stew or whatever.
With the mango
Chutney.
chutney.
Yeah, and that Grover's giving recipe instructions. But we'll see.
Oh man, I know. I need some of these really fun things.
Yeah.
I guess my thing is like, I don't really mind overall the changes and the fun, and it keeps us anticipating things and stuff like that. But I also just love the book so much that I want to see the fun things in the
Yeah.
book brought to life. And if it's not done this time, it's never going to be done. That's
True.
my thought about it. Like this is it.
Yeah.
So that's the only sad thing about missing the fun things. But we'll
But they
see.
could still be in there.
We'll see. We'll be back because December 10th, the first one's airing, and Brianna and I will have to meet and discuss it. So I guess we'll see what we feel like then when it
Yeah.
happens. Okay, good. I think that's all. We
Yes.
don't really have anything else. If anyone who's listening to this, if there's anyone still out there, happens to also be fans of the Empyrean series, Fourth Wing book, we do have a new podcast that we're doing. Brianna's reading that for the first time, and we're basically going along with her and getting her impressions. So if you're interested, that one's called First Wing, a Fourth Wing podcast.
That's right. We've been busy.
Yeah. So anyways, but we'll be busy again back to this one when we have season 2.
Yep.
All right.
We still have our socials, so you can follow them. We will start posting when we are putting out our episodes.
Yep.
So that's a good way to know what's coming.
So that's a Camp Comparison podcast.
On Instagram, on
And
Facebook, and Threads.
Oh, and Threads.
Yeah. If I remember to post there.
We might even have one on Twitter or X.
I don't think so.
I think I might.
Really? Well, we're out there, so find us.
Okay, good. All right. Until next time.
See you at camp.
Bye.
Bye.